Hi, Ed.
Hello there. How are you?
Okay.
I wanted to tell you yesterday that the shirt you were wearing was very nice.
The what?
The shirt that you wore yesterday
Yeah.
was very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank,
good, nice colors.
thank you.
So where is Ernie?
I don't know. He said now 1:30. I happen
No,
to be home.
where is
I happen to be home now. So,
where's he on vacation?
oh, he's in the southern part of France. He's gone to a Jewish tour.
Jewish tour, yeah. Oh, okay.
But I won't be here every day at 12 or 1. It's in the middle of my workday, but I happen to be home, so I connected.
All right. Okay, you do what you can do.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh,
Hi guys.
Hello.
hello, Harold.
Mario, I thought you weren't gonna be here.
No, but I happened to come and drive home, so I decided I'll be here. But I most
Oh,
probably, no, I won't be here every day.
oh.
How long is Ernie away for?
I think like
Three,
10 days.
10 days? Okay.
He's in the south of France.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Yeah, if it had less Arabs.
There's a city in the south of France. I was there with Johnny Zotterer. It's a place where they took all the Belgians,
Hmm.
and it's like it looks like a brick train station, kind of a small building. They had thousands of people stuck in there. So
Yeah.
Johnny's father's name, there's a list. Johnny's father's name was there. So I think Ernie's gonna go because his mother's from Belgium. Wants to see if his mother's
Ah.
name is there. Yeah. Oh, here comes Ernie.
Mhm.
Hey,
Hey, bonjour.
bonjour, comment ça
Bonsoir,
va?
bonsoir, bonsoir.
Bonsoir, bonsoir.
Comment allez-vous?
What allez-vous? It's very hot here,
It's hot.
very hot.
Oh,
But we had a delicious French meal, coq au vin,
coq au vin. Wow.
in a beautiful French, like a
Pommes
beautiful
frites.
French restaurant. It was very nice.
Oh, very good. Okay, you're gonna eat your way through France.
It took 24 hours to get here. We left 5:30 yesterday in
Uh-huh.
We arrived 5:30 Monday.
Well, Greyhound's very
Yeah.
slow.
The hotel,
Yeah.
the Intercontinental. I'll give regards to everybody.
Please, yes. Where were you base?
Yeah, let me get to the Daf here. Yes,
12, no?
12. They went to a butcher shop in Aza, Yisrael v'goy shesafshu shtei kteres l'gabi kira achas, and they were placing a dish on one like stovetop. V'lo chashu lachem chachamim. And the chachamim did not say that the meat that is in the Jew's pot is treif, even though there was a goyish food right next to it. Similarly, the chachamim did not prohibit doing business in Atluza, which was near Asa. Right, because we're talking about places where there was Avodah Zarah in the suburbs. We asked the question: Could you do business there? Amar Abaya, Mishum B'sar Nevela. That means the Chachamim said that it's not going to become Asur like B'sar Nevela. But V'lo Amin Dilma Mahadar Ape Yisrael Achari. We're not concerned that maybe the Jew would turn around, and at that time, Shadi Agoy Nevela B'toch Agder Shelo. We're not concerned that the non-Jew is going to throw some non-kosher piece of meat into his pot. The Kavose Hachanami, that same thing with this butcher shop in Aza. L'chashlam Chachamim Mishum Demi Avodah Zarah. They weren't concerned that the money that they were earning that they're going to use for Avodah Zarah. Rav Omar, my L'chashlam Chachamim gives a different shot as to why the Chachamim were not worried. Entire Mishum Bishul Goyim. That we're not concerned that the Jew is going to eat the food that the Goy prepares. That they were also not concerned that on their holidays they were going to use that money for Avodah Zarah. That maybe a splash, maybe there was a splash of treif that fell into the pot, into the Jewish pot. There they weren't concerned, maybe on the holiday itself, but here, before the holiday, they would not be concerned. Then we asked, can you travel to a city that has a base of Avodah Zarah there? So we said, if there's only one road, then it's prohibited. If you can get there with multiple roads, then it's permitted. Ton Rabbanon. Ir sheyeshbo Avodah Zarah, asur likanes l'solcha, v'lo mitoch le'ir acheres. You cannot go into that city itself that has Avodah Zarah, and not to go from that city to a different city. Divrei Meir. If there's a road that's dedicated to that place, like to Vatican City, asur. If the road goes to multiple places, mutter. Yashav l'kotz. Let's say he had a thorn in his foot, and he is bifnei Avodah Zarah. So lo yisha, you should not bow down and pull the thorn out of your foot. V'yetlenet b'nei shenir, it's marasayin. B'nei shenir kimishtach Avodah Zarah. It looks like you're bowing down to the Avodah Zarah. However, imein onir, nobody can see him mutter. And nispasul ma'asav b'nei Avodah Zarah. Let's say he dropped his money in front of the space of Avodah Zarah. So the same thing. Lo yishav yitam, you're not allowed to bend it down and pick it up. And they shenir kimishtach Avodah Zarah. Looks like you're bowing down to the Avodah Zarah.
But it says that if nobody's around, then it's okay.
Yes.
Isn't Marsayin also Sir Chadr Chador?
That's certain Marasayan, right? So there's a get of Marasayan, like eating using almond milk. Using almond milk, you have to put almonds out if you're going to use parv milk. And there, the Marasayan is b'chedrei chadorim, but obviously here it's not an issue of chedrei chador. Not all Marasayan is b'chedrei chadorim. Abe is asking some Marasayan, you can't do it even at home when nobody's looking. Here, the halacha has been told to us b'feirush that if it may no near a mutter, usually the halacha doesn't say that.
Right.
Now, Ma'ina Moishech lifnei Avodah Zarah, you have a spring of water, and you have to drink water. Lo yishav you shouldn't bend down and drink. And they shnei k'mishtach Avodah Zarah. V'meinu nira mutter. Partsufos hamekachin mayim lekrochin. You have like statues that, and then they make fountains out of it. Lo yanech pivo piyam. V'yishte, you shouldn't put your mouth and drink them. They shnei k'minashach. It looks like you're kissing the Avodah Zarah. Kiyotze, similar. Lo yanech pivo gabe silon v'yishte. Don't put your mouth on a pipe and drink. There, it's a different reason. That's a con. It's dangerous because I guess you're going to catch COVID. My eno nira. Now, what does it mean in that brisa that if you're not seen, it's fa'ilem edullah mischazi, that other people don't see him. So here comes Abe. So how can you tell me that you're talking about the pshat is that he's not seen? When if the Chachamim created an Isser of Mar Sayin, that even in your private see in your own home, you're not allowed to do it. So even though you're not being able to see, how come it's Osir? How come it's permitted? Let's say it doesn't look like he's bowing, he's just leaning to one side, or so it doesn't look like a bowing, then mutter. Utzrich. Now we need all these halachas, even though the chura they seem to be similar. The Itana rock koitz, if you only told me about the thorn, Aisi oimer, Mishum Defshal Mezel Kameo Mishkale. Because you could walk a little further away from the Avodah Zarah and then take your thorn out. What? You all of a sudden in this place decided to pull the thorn out? But if money fell on the ground, you can't go, that's where it is. Maybe we'd say it's not prohibited. Itana Mos, the mamon is only money of a koitz, which is the side causes him pain. Maybe it's not prohibited. You're allowed to even bend down. If I had been learned the dinim of the thorn and money, so mishum deleka sakona. There's no health problem. Aval mayan, but putting your lips to a pipe, or you're bending down and drinking from where other people are drinking, where there's sakona, the ilo shasi mayas, or perhaps he's so dehydrated he's going to die. Maybe Ema Delo, maybe will not be makpid. Tzricha. So I needed to carry that. If it's a case of Pikuach Nefesh, then you'd be allowed to do it. Maybe not, because maybe it's one of the Yaharik Val Yavors. Okay. Now, what about this Partsufos Lamali? What about this din of the statues that are putting out water? Why couldn't we just learn it from the spring? We wanted what was a chiddush for the Gemara was the case where you put your lips on a pipe, and we asked it in sakana, my sakana, aluka. This is like you could be drinking worms that can go into your liver. You shouldn't drink from a river, from a pond, not with your mouth, not with one hand. And if you drank damabrosh, you keep taking your life in your hands. Sakana, my sakana, sakana luka. That's where these liver fluke worms hung out. So mutter, you're allowed to be machal Shabbos for him. Well, you could cook up hot water for him on Shabbos because that's, I guess, how they killed this worm drinking hot water. They allowed him to cook up hot water even on Shabbos. Rav Huna, brother of Yeshua. Ligmachal, let him just. Why should we let him just drink vinegar? There was a person who swallowed a wasp. He can't live. But but give them a little bit of vinegar. Maybe he'll live a little bit until he gives commands to his family what he's going to do with his assets. Shouldn't drink at night. If you drink at night, this wasn't a urologist talking, where if you drink at night, you're going to wake up a lot to urinate. This is some kind of danger that if you drink at night, you're taking your life in your hands. Sakana, my sakana, sakana shivriri. This is like the demons, ruach ra, that is in the water. Vimtsachi, if he did drink, if he's thirsty, what are you supposed to do? If he has another person with him, Lisra V'Lemelei, you should wake him up and you should say, Tzachina Maya, I'm thirsty for water. And then I guess you can drink it. V'ilo, if he doesn't have somebody else there, Nikrakish b'nichtama achatzva, he should take his cover and bang it on the jug. V'nima il anavshe, and he should say to himself, Planya bar Planya, whatever his name is, right? Elimelech ben Yaakov. Amalacha imcha izahir, your mother says to be careful, mishvir vriri riri yori ri bichse chivri, some kind of incantation. And that will protect you when you drink water. Mishnah. Here she is Avodah Zarah. Ayu b'chanios mu'taros. There were stores that were decorated with all sorts of things that the people in Avodah Zarah were going to buy. V'she'enan me'utros. And then there are stores that are not with all of these things. So you can choose which store you can buy from. The stores that are dressed up with all the holiday decorations, you can. But if it's not decorated, you can. Roses and myrtle. Because that makes it smell better. And they would offer sort of korbanos of resort. Didn't smell good. But if they were just with payros, mutaros, you could buy in such a store. My time at the Amra Kro, that means you can't benefit. It's because otherwise something from everyone is going to stick to you. But to spend money there, because you're being goyim hanola Avodah Zarah, because you're selling it to this guy. That's not osher min haTorah. We'll see Rabbi Yochanan differs. Okay, so again, tomorrow let's try.